The Stork and His Sky Journey, a tale of family, flight, and courage. Once upon a time, high above the rolling green fields and sparkling rivers of a quiet countryside, lived a stork named Soren. He was tall, white-feathered, and proud, with long legs perfect for wading in water and wings strong enough to touch the clouds. But this is not just a story about Soren. It's about his family, his kind wife Stella, their curious daughter Luma, and their sleepy, snack-loving son Pip. They lived in a giant nest perched at the top of the tallest tree in the meadow. It swayed gently with the breeze, and from there they could see the whole world, or so it seemed. A family in the sky. Soren and Stella were the best parents. Every morning, they would stretch their wings and glide through the air, showing Luma and Pip how to fly, how to ride the wind, and how to spot frogs in the pond far below. Luma was full of questions. "Papa," she chirped, "how far can we fly?" "As far as your heart is brave enough to carry you," said Soren, smiling. Pip, on the other hand, wasn't much of a flyer. "I think I'll just stay in the nest," he yawned. "It's comfy here and full of snacks." Stella chuckled. "One day you'll be ready, Pip." The days passed in laughter, lessons, and lots of flapping wings. The whisper of winter. One morning, a cool wind blew from the north. The leaves turned golden, and the frogs stopped croaking. "It's comin'," said Soren. "What's comin'?" asked Luma. "Winter," said Stella softly, "and it means we must migrate." "Migrate?" Pip blinked. "That sounds exhausting." Soren gathered the chicks. "It's a long journey to warmer lands in the south. We storks do it every year. It's a tradition. It's survival." Luma's eyes sparkled. "An adventure!" But Pip frowned. "That sounds like too much adventure." The journey begins. And so, early one misty morning, the Stork family took off. Hundreds of other birds filled the sky. Cranes, geese, swallows. It was a festival in the clouds. They flew over mountains with snow-capped peaks. They glided over cities where people pointed up in wonder. They slept on rooftops and feasted in marshlands. Luma flapped beside her father, full of energy. "Papa, I can see the ocean," she cried. "That's the Mediterranean," said Soren. "A blue blanket between continents." But Pip lagged behind. "My wings hurt," he moaned. "Come on, Pip," encouraged Stella. "We're nearly there." Then dark clouds. Thunder growled. A storm began to build. Lost in the storm. Rain lashed. Wind howled. The birds scattered. "Stay together," shouted Soren. Lightning cracked. Pip was tossed by a gust of wind and disappeared into the clouds. "Pip!" screamed Luma. The family dove into the storm, searching. For hours they searched. Finally, in a quiet orchard, after the storm passed, they found him. Wet, muddy, but safe. I was scared," Pip whispered. "We were scared too," said Stella, wrapping him in a warm wing. "You were brave, Pip," said Soren. "You held on." A warm land. At last, after days of flying, the Stork family arrived in the warm lands, a place of palm trees, gentle winds, and golden sunlight. Other storks were already there, building nests in date trees and dancing under the sun. Luma was amazed. "So many birds!" "It's our winter home," said Stella. "And we made it." Even Pip looked around in wonder. "I guess flying is worth it." The Stork family settled into their new nest, high above a quiet lagoon. Every night, they looked at the stars and told stories about their journey. Luma dreamed of the clouds. Pip dreamed of snack trees. And Soren and Stella smiled, knowing that wherever they went, as long as they were together, they were home. And so In the gentle rustle of feathers and the hush of the wind, the Stork family slept, waiting for the next season and their next adventure. The end.